Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of the Rule of Two here on the C Cinema Reviews channel, and we're so very happy today because we got some comics, which in my opinion are pretty great. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the Galaxy's Edge, which has officially opened. We got our tickets, printed them out, so we're going, which is gonna be great. We will tell you all about our experience when we get back from that. It's, we'll let you know when that has. But anyway, this week we have, it's kind of been like a couple weeks since we've done one. So we've got Vader, Dark Visions number 4. We've got the Age of Rebellion, Luke Skywalker, and then we've got Galaxy's Edge number 2. And so, yeah, we're very happy that you decided to click on this and make this a little bit part of your day. Tell us your thoughts in the comment section down below. And we also have Facebook and Twitter. So if you don't want to do it down there, you can let us know what you're thinking on one of those platforms. Anyway, let's get into Vader. Oh, no, sorry. And with me, as always, is Misa Sista. Yes.
I'm just going to answer everything in grunts and
yeah. Anyway, I think it's I don't know. We're doing Vader, Dark Visions number 4. This one's called Hot Shot. What did you think about this?
It was okay, but I totally saw the ending coming. Art's good as always. The story's fine. It didn't really have much of Vader, so
no.
It was like okay, but
it was about this kid. What's his name?
I don't remember. They don't even say it till later on, I think. When he's older.
I don't... What was his name? Yeah. I don't know. Do they say his name in this whole thing?
Yeah, they do. I just...
Anyway, I think it's good. I think it's, I still think that number 1 is my favorite. The one where he fights the big monster is my favorite. But this one's good. It primarily follows this young rebel who... His dad was killed by the Empire or some stormtroopers because he was, smuggling weapons in the underground of Coruscant. And so this kid becomes a rebel. He becomes, an ace pilot. And then he goes on a mission to destroy this place that was, a refueling station, I believe. Or a mining. It was going to be a mining place for... It's Jamiri. Jamiri. It was going to be a mining thing for the Empire. And so some of the rebellion were like, hey, let's blow this up so they don't get all this valuable stuff for themselves. And, of course, Vader's there. And, of course, Vader takes out their entire squadron except for him. And he runs away like a little chicken he is. And then, because he, gets scared. He literally gets scared that it's Vader. He has Vader in his sights. His targeting computer is locked onto Vader. And he just chickens out and is like, it's Vader. Of course he's going to kill everybody. Of course I'm going to miss the shot.
I thought they had his name, but I can't find it. Anyway.
Yeah, they,
well, hold on, because I wasn't really listening. When he was younger... How he didn't take the shot.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
That's how it starts with him as a child, and his dad's being stopped by the Empire, and he basically has a chance to shoot the stormtroopers. He's hiding in a drain and his dad is he's like, oh, if only my dad would run, I could cover him like he taught me. And then his dad does run and he doesn't shoot. And so, whatever. He comes and he's, joined the rebellion or whatever. And, yeah, he can't take the shot again. And he's, all tired and stuff. I think he throws up or something. But, or maybe he just splashes his face with water.
I think that was sweat.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Something like that.
It was weird. I didn't understand it.
I think it's a good story, though. I think it's very, Vader.
I think he should have started smaller.
Oh, yeah, he does throw up. He throws up in his helmet.
Yeah, I think he should have started smaller. Don't go straight for the big man.
Well, they didn't know it was going to be Vader, and that was the thing. Even one of the Imperial, officers didn't know that Vader was there until it was just like,
Right.
hey, Vader's here. And the guy was like, oh, sir.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It was fine. I think it was, I mean, definitely the scariness of Vader through somebody else's eyes or whatever.
Definitely.
But there wasn't a lot of Vader. He didn't do much. In fact, like, he could have died, and I was like, they're not going to let them, like, shoot Vader.
It would have been interesting. It would have been really interesting.
Yeah.
But, of course, he doesn't take the shot.
He can survive out in space.
He can.
So.
And we have seen him take a hit in his his TIE fighter and live.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Kid Chicken's out. And what's really sad is that the Empire follows him back to his base and then kills them all. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, he's the only X-Wing that survives the initial attack. And then he comes back and basically leads them.
Yeah.
It seems like.
All he had to do was take the shot. But, oh well. I think it's a really nice story, considering, like, the other Vader Dark Visions stories. It definitely falls in line with, like, Vader's the boogeyman, and all these people have these stories about how Vader killed them.
Mm-hmm.
Or, or how he saved them. It's kind of, I think it's really cool just to see Vader from different perspectives, and see Vader from a perspective of he's taking everybody out.
Right.
You do see that in episode 4 when he's in his TIE fighter and he's just taking fools out. But this one he wins in the end instead of, getting shot by Han Solo. Or
the other guy gets shot.
The other guy gets shot and hits him. Yeah.
Vader.
So it's like...
That guy definitely did.
That guy, yeah. I think it's really interesting to see him just be the boogeyman, but not just the boogeyman on the ground, but in space. In his TIE fighter, still be the boogeyman. I think it's great. I like the story. I don't think it's my favorite story that we've had today, just because when you got Luke Skywalker, it's hard to beat Luke Skywalker.
Right.
But I think it's a really good story. I like the kid. I thought he's, like, very cocky and very confident.
Right.
But then he can't even take the shot, which was like, man.
It was weird because they kind of drew him in this very, like... Well, when he was a kid, obviously he's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's older, they kind of draw him as this, I don't know, confident, good-looking, kind of...
He was going to be the model rebel.
Yes, exactly. He was, like, so... And then, like, once you get to the end, like, his face is just kind of stone and, like, he's all messed up. Like, not... Physically, he just looks kind of crazy almost. Like, his eyes are just open so wide.
Yeah, it's definitely... The art is great. Who's the artist?
Stephen Mooney.
Stephen Mooney.
Colored by Lee Lothridge.
Yeah, and then Dennis Hopeless.
Dennis Hopeless Hallam.
Yeah, he did. I think he's doing a pretty good job with these stories, to be honest with you. I think he gets, like, Vader being the boogeyman and all that good stuff, so...
The cover artist is Greg Smallwood. Cover's
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a nice little Dark Visions. I'm hoping for something really cool and epic in the 5th one. Definitely looking forward to that. But let's move on to my favorite one, Age of Rebellion, Luke Skywalker.
I would have to agree for this week.
I just want them. I don't know why this isn't just a series for him, but maybe they'll save that for Disney Plus. Come on, Sebastian Stan. We know.
He's already on there.
Yes.
What is it? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America, whichever one. Anyway, this one's called Fight or Flight, and Greg Pak does the story. The art is done by 3 people: Chris Spruce, Scott Kolbish, and Stefano Landini. I gotta say, you guys, this is right before.
Well, before we say this, since there were so many artists, which
it looks good.
I don't know what the purpose of that is, but it's not. They're not trying to match Luke perfectly.
I think this one looks very Luke. This one looks very Mark Hamill to me.
But they're not really trying to do that. It feels like, because most of the time, especially like on a couple close-ups later on, it's not Mark Hamill at all.
Yeah.
But
it's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, no.
And that's the good thing.
It feels that way. The writing is that way. And
this is man, this is one of the best comics.
Yeah. It's just a little more cartoonized. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Anyway. The art is good.
It's definitely good. We get Luke Skywalker, him and some rebel people, and this takes place a little bit before episode 6. So you do have him in his black garb. His green lightsaber is out. This is potentially the first time we've seen Luke Skywalker ignite the green in the new canon. Is it?
I would not know.
Because I know that first book, the first book that came out, which was like not good, but like way back in like 2012 or 13 or something like that. It had Luke Skywalker in it, but he had the blue one. I think in all of the comics so far, he has had the green one, and we haven't seen him old past episode 6, really.
In all the comics,
like the Star Wars comic, and then the other.
No, it's definitely the blue.
Yeah, this is. I think this is the. Oh, really? I'm sorry. I think this is the first time we see Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker doing his thing, man, and that's so awesome. What do you think about this?
He looks good. You get a
lot of
a reference to K2.
Yeah, there's a lot of these
K2 head that he's crushing, or
he's pretty much the rebels are trying to take over this a refueling thing, which is something that I'm like, okay, Star Wars, keep away from the refueling stuff or the fuel.
So there was sort of a connection to K2, which is sort of the newer sequel, but also there is a rebel in here who is the same species as the guy who was on what's that planet that Obi-Wan, spoilers, kills Grievous?
Utapau. He's an Utapauan, I think.
Yeah, he's got like sort of stripes down his face and red around his eyes.
Yeah.
And so that was sort of a reference to
the prequels.
Prequels.
Yeah. This story is pretty much,
I really like that.
The rebellion is trying to get some new fuel for their fleet, and Luke Skywalker helps out these rebels, this band of rebels.
Yeah, somewhere out of nowhere, I think, in my mind, Leia was like, hey, could you go over here and help these people, please?
Yeah, definitely.
Because we kind of need this stuff. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll be right there.
It's pretty great. Man,
and the rebels aren't aware, so when he comes in, he's just like, let me do my thing, and then you guys go in, and they're just like, who is this? And they're like, that's Luke. And they're like, the Luke? Yeah, that Luke.
It's if you guys want to get Luke at the height of his power, Return of the Jedi Luke, you get some Return of the Jedi Luke in here. Not only do you get some lightsaber stuff, but you also get some X-Wing stuff in here. You get some Vader and Sheev Palpatine, which is really cool. Vader is kind of there just to be like, hey, I haven't found him yet. And then Palpatine starts doing some...
He takes over, yeah.
He starts doing some stuff. Like, this is... We get Palpatine, like, connecting with Luke and talking to Luke through the Force, which is great to me. It, like... You see Luke, and he's, like, taking the fuel out with the rebels, and then you just, like... He feels the presence of the Emperor, right? And he turns around and ignites the green, and it's just like, oh my goodness, Luke is awesome now. You know, Luke. This is hashtag my Luke. And we get the major, the Utapauan. He's kind of like a little bit like, come on, Luke, we got this job, we got some stuff to do, and like he's kind of saying like Luke's like his feeling of the Emperor's presence. It was like he was just like, we don't care, we have to get this mission done.
Right.
And then Luke, you know, they're going out in space and they're trying to get away, and
he's in his X-Wing, and the Emperor basically pushes him into a vision,
which is amazing.
And not like a horrible, weird vision. It's more like just Luke becoming sort of like throwing away his Jedi-ness and going to become a farmer or
which
something.
it's amazing.
Which is
At
kind of
first,
really cool.
I was like, wait, is this actually happening?
I thought it was real.
Because you just see Luke's X-Wing floating, like, in some waves.
Yeah, I was like, wait, because I was very confused. At this point, I think I already knew that it was before episode 6, but then when his X-Wing is floating in the water, I thought of Act 2, and I was like, wait, have we just jumped to after? And then obviously I read more, and it was a vision.
You read on, and it's a vision. He, like, goes to this little village. He basically moves in. You see there's a nice little panel where you see he has, like, a family, and I'm like, wait, what?
I did a double take on that because I was like, hold up one second.
He has, like,
is that him holding a child and a lady over his...
He has, like, a family in his vision. This is the second time that Luke has had a vision of having a family.
And there's three children.
And there's 3 children.
We need 3 Skywalkers.
And R2 still, he's bearded Luke, you know? Yeah. And he has a waifu, which is great. I mean... And then when he comes back, when I turn the page and he comes back from it, I was like, that makes sense. And it's like, and Luke, like, helps the rebellion out. So you see the Major, and it's, the Emperor's still talking to him, and the Emperor's like, oh, the Major's trying to escape, because the Major's in his own, like, little escape pod kind of thing. And then the Emperor is trying to twist it to where, like, oh, you should kill the Major, you know, trying to make him go down the path to the dark side. And then the Major's like, no, I'm trying to be a decoy so that the rest of the rebellion or this little band of rebels can get away from the Empire. And it's great because you see, it reminded me a lot of episode 6 where the Emperor's like trying to turn him, right? And it feels like the Emperor, or at least the Emperor thinks that like he's turning him because he's fighting Vader. And then at the end he changes back and it's the same thing. You know, the Emperor's trying to change him, and then he's like, no, you know, he's just like, Luke is too good, you know?
Right.
He's good, and then it's just like, yes, this is my Luke.
Yeah, at the beginning, basically, the Emperor, he sort of kind of chastises Vader for... You know,
not being able to catch Luke.
Yeah, not being able to get him, but then at the end, he's not able to get him.
Yeah, which is pretty cool to me. I don't know. This is like, to me, this is, without, you know, lightsaber duels, I think this is some of the best Luke that we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I would definitely recommend this one.
This is definitely a good read. If you guys can, go down to your comic book shop, pick it up. Age of Rebellion, Luke Skywalker. It's a very good read. If you don't have a comic book store around, find an app. You can definitely get it. But this one is well worth.
Yeah, if you're looking for some classic Luke.
You want some? Yes, this is Luke, and this is good. It's good writing.
He gets punched. By the Ithorian.
The Utapauan. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh no!"
It's like Luke got punched.
Luke got decked.
How did that happen?
And then at the end, there's some respect because all the rebels are like cheering, and then the Major, he's like, "This is your time, Luke," and Luke is like, "No, they're cheering for you." And then you see that they're cheering for the Major, and it's I think it's like, to be honest with you, it's definitely one of the best comic books, and just, you know, it's really good Luke.
Right.
And you get Sheev in there, which he's making a comeback.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. It's good. I would definitely recommend it.
Check it out. Check it out for sure. Now, finally, we get to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Mm-hmm. Number 2. This one has another fan favorite of the original trilogy. Greedo is in this one. This one's called Shoot First, Questions Later. And so, basically, we start off with my main man, Ki-Adi-Mundi on Magito when he gets killed.
He's the one with the pointy head.
Yes. He gets killed in Order 66, and you see his lightsaber, and his lightsaber's kind of a big deal in this comic book.
It's basically stormtroopers come to Doc Ondor's place. Ondar?
Yeah, Doc Ondar's place.
And they basically just tell them, like, you need to report any
resistance stuff.
Exactly.
And then kind of threatening Doc as to like Jedi stuff can be.
Pulls out the lightsaber and says, "Can I tell you a story?"
And yeah, and I do like that Doc is kind of a storyteller.
This happened in the last.
Yeah, he told them how Han got the Sarlacc
for him. Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of this sort of like bookending it with well, 20 years ago, and then you come in at the end and it's like, and that was how I did that. I'm not a huge fan of that.
You still got the bounty hunters who are trying to get something, which you see finally what they were going after now. But it's basically...
He tells the story of how he got the lightsaber and Greedo was involved. Greedo was getting something for Jabba.
Greedo was trying to get... Yeah, he was trying to get a guy who's like Lobot, yeah. Lobot from, Han's... Or, Lando's friendo is pretty much getting this guy... who has like those same head implants, who's like who can hack into the Empire and get their security codes. Yeah. So I mean, it'd be very valuable for. It was very valuable for the banking clan, and Jabba the Hutt wanted him for the smugglers and stuff like that. We see Greedo.
Needless to say, Greedo.
Yeah, Greedo. He actually takes Ki-Adi-Mundi's lightsaber and lights it up and wields it and breaks a window with it.
Right. And then tries to
escape with this guy with the head implants, and the guy falls to his death.
Yeah.
And so Greedo has to go back to Jabba, being all like, "Oh no, I didn't do this right." Jabba's like, "You're gonna die," and Greedo shows him the lightsaber, and Jabba's like, "Well, I can't even sell that anymore."
Right. He doesn't care about that at all. But
fortunately for Greedo.
Doc is there, and he's like, "I'll pay you double if I can have that."
Yeah.
And so he does, and that's basically the end. We also get
we get what the band of bounty hunters were going after.
It's basically a Sith relic.
It's a Sith
or
relic.
Holocron, something.
I have no idea what this is, but it is like a treasure chest.
Right.
It looks like a treasure chest. It's like all glowing and red, and Doc's got this, and it looks very valuable, and I wonder who these people are working for.
Right. They have put in Doc Onder's place like a
little camera.
Yeah, droid or something. And so they're listening to the story as well, and while they're there, one of their guys gets kind of bored. He leaves the ship and kind of gets into a fight with a Wookiee, and then
uses it as a distraction to get the stormtroopers away from Doc's place.
Right, and it's kind of, did that Wookiee dirty, but
yeah.
basically said, "Oh, I think he's resistance," and then the stormtroopers were like, "Oh, I think we got a resistance guy."
Yeah.
So, kind of sad, but...
Yeah, I'm very interested now to see what this artifact is, because it is definitely Sith. Or dark side related.
They say Sith.
Yeah, it's Sith, and it's like, I want to know who they're getting it for. I want to know what's in it, what's going on here. Yeah. This has immediately become like a thing of high interest for me within this comic book series. It makes me very interested in this series together, not just because we're going to Galaxy's Edge.
I think when we talked about the first... comic, was kind of low on this.
Has it changed?
Just because the story wasn't great, but at the end there was there's something more we need, and that kind of hooked me. So coming into this one, it had been a long time because they come out like once a month, right?
Yeah.
I kind of had forgotten about that, and the ending to this, I'm not big on Sith relics and stuff, so finding out that it was a Sith relic, it doesn't do anything for me. In fact, it might even drop the curiosity for me. So, this was fine. I'm not a fan of Greedo either, because who is?
There was a nice joke Greedo kind of made on himself. How about he never misses a shot?
Right. But I just think it's fine. I'll read the next one if you get it.
We'll definitely keep up with it. It'll be weird though. not knowing the ending or what that is, and like going there, and if like Doc is actually there at Galaxy's Edge, I'll just be like, so what's in that box?
Yeah. They were like, oh, we gotta wait for him to like bring it out so that we can know where it is, and it was literally behind like a little curtain in the middle of the thing.
It was just like
what?
The stormtroopers could have looked inside anytime.
Yeah, it was like not even in like some vault or something. It was a curtain.
Yeah, but I think it's good.
It was fine.
I'm very interested to see what is in this, or what is this Sith relic, and who they're working for. It would be pretty cool if it was Snoke, or
Kylo Ren does get name checked.
That's true. Yeah.
And the First Order.
Yeah, the First Order's there. I'm very interested to see what this is and who's after it. Hopefully, maybe next time we will get another like original trilogy character. Because in the first one, we got a Han Solo story. This time we got a Greedo story. Maybe we'll get...
No, and we also got a tiny bit of the pointy-headed guy.
Ki-Adi-Mundi. I mean, we got his death scene. It wasn't really a story.
Sad.
We just got like... It was kind of like set up for the rest of it.
Right.
We got a little bit of Banking Clan, the Munes, which was Darth Plagueis's species. So we got them. I'm definitely interested in this series now, a little bit more than I was in the first one, because now I'm like, well, this isn't a holocron, which is pretty cool. It might be a holocron. It might be just a totally different one. Yeah, it would be crazy.
One big
or like
holocron.
A box of holocrons.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be pretty cool to see this.
Speaking of Galaxy's Edge,
We're going.
And it opened, and we got Lando, Han Solo, Luke, and George Lucas were all there for the opening.
There.
The Falcon looks amazing.
It looks so nice.
And apparently the canteen is getting so full that you have to make reservations.
Which is great.
Yeah, it seems really, really cool. You can't wear costumes in there, which makes sense.
It's a little bit unfortunate, but it makes sense.
At Disney, no costumes. They pay people to do that.
The people there are not allowed to say the word youngling.
Really?
This is facts.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe Anakin just messed people up.
Huh. Interesting.
No more younglings.
But, I mean, I do kind of feel already a little connected to this world, even though there's not really a lot of Black Spire outposts in these books, because they're kind of always throwing back to another time or place. So... But I do kind of feel connected to it, and I want to be there, and I want to...
The Ronto Raps. I want a Ronto Rap.
I want to live in that.
I want to bump into a Wookiee and start a fight.
I wonder if they'll have, like, big aliens there, if it's all going to be humans, because Wookiees, I mean...
Wookiees are big.
But they can be done... They're done practically. So you could have one just roaming around.
It's true. It depends on how hot it is. It'll probably,
That's true. But it's California.
They could probably, like, walk around for maybe, like, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, like, back...
Like a mascot.
Yeah, pretty much.
But,
yeah, definitely interested in the future of this series. I'm very excited.
Mark Hamill, put up a picture of the day that it opened, and he had, Peter Mayhew and Carrie Fisher in the blue.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, it touched my heart.
Yes.
He was like the only thing that would have made it better, or the only people. So it looks really great, and I'm sure it's going to be an amazing experience. And we'll just have to let you know when we get back.
Yes, there will be
stories. I'm sure if you're, a Star Wars fan, you'll be there too. In your own time or before us.
It'll be great.
Because That's many people are there
That's how
already.
It's going to be. It will be great. Anyway, That's pretty much going to do it for us here on the C Cinema Reviews channel. The Rule of Two. Thank you guys for watching and listening. We hope you guys have a great day. And pick up Age of Rebellion Luke Skywalker. If you want to pick up the other ones, that's great too. But
George. JJ.
Pick it up. Yes. JJ.
Benioff and Weiss.
JJ Benioff and Weiss. You want to see Luke
Shmi,
Skywalker?
We will see you at Galaxy's Edge. Black Spire Outpost. Shmi, you need to be there. Shmi.
Definitely pick up that one. The other ones are good too, but Can't say enough about the Luke Skywalker one. Yes, pick it up. We will see. Well, you will hear us next time. And may the Force be with you.
Always.